Good evening, Swirly Nation. And welcome back to Alpha Ice Complex for today's quarterfinal action of the Midwinter Classic. It'll be between the Philadelphia Hockey Club from New Jersey, because no one claims to be from there on purpose, against your Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. Good evening, everybody. It's quarterfinal hockey action, joined in the booth by the Commodore George Pearsall.
Good to be back, Jeremy. Quarterfinals, here we go.
The starting lineup for the Penguins: in net number one, the squish tender, Squishy Evans. On defense, 57, David Chabon. 27, Cameron Pelly. Up front for the Penguins was 53, the OG Owen Golnack. 97, D'Angelo Flume. And number 90, Jack Carlson. The Penguins with an early, awesome scoring chance.
Boys are coming up quick.
You want me to raise that up? I can. It's easy. If you twist that, you can lift it up. Sorry, we're trying to get you a better camera angle here as Brenneman drops it for Pearsall. We're also trying to get everything squared away. I think I have the logo up. I think we have most things. The Wi-Fi is a bit of a challenge. I don't have our instant replay here in the booth set up yet, as we were scrambling to get things set up for a bit of an early start. Game was supposed to start in about 45 seconds, and we're about 2 minutes in. So every moment a precious moment here in the Cine Oven. Commodore, how was Gino's, buddy?
Gino's always a good time. The Gino's restaurant within walking distance of the Alpha Ice Complex.
Love that place.
Thank you for the Miller Lite, Jeremy.
You are incredibly, anytime. I thought I was going to get you a Chardonnay, and you went Miller Lite on me.
Wow, you know me too well.
It'll be the Penguins through center. A familiar opponent. Here's Jones. Backside feed just misses the twig of Carlson.
Looks like the Penguins' forecheck there, Jeremy, was creating that turnover.
Love the Penguins' forecheck. Love their back check. Love the decor. I want to give a special shout out to the decor as the goalie dad. No more important 6 players on this team than the boys who defend the Penguins' blue line. Looks like we'll have instant replay up and running here in a moment. I think I'm good. I think I actually managed to get everything set up and bring you the game. That's the quality. I was watching some Minnesota Indy highlights, or the actual live game, and Minnesota was going for 2 and the entire thing froze. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, I know what that feels like. So hopefully this feed is a good bit better for us here as fans begin to file in to the Canadian ice facility, or ice rink here, as Philly Hockey Club drives the Penguin zone. Defended well by Pelly. It'll be forced to the outside. George, we have a terrible vantage point to call this game from.
Yeah, this is tough. This is tough.
We're at center ice. We can see about an eighth of the actual ice. I got iPads flying about. I got cords flying about. Trying to send this down this way, this up this way. I got all kinds of stuff going on. That's fine. It can stay there. I'm going to stand up. You may miss a couple things here as we are pinned up against the glass. Something I haven't done since that suite in Vegas one time. And it'll be Chappell behind the net. Tossing it back for Pelly. Pelly fans on one, but on the second effort, able to get it to Flume. Flume up to the OG Golnack, who gains the PHC zone.
Oh, good scoring chance there.
Drives one in and almost gets through. Obviously, everybody in the building, no matter which team you root for, hoping for an early tally here. This is the number 1 seed in the A bracket. The Pittsburgh Penguins Elite versus the number 2 seed in the D bracket. Squish with a big save. As Philly Hockey Club will turn it around at center. Carlson plays takeaway from, is that Bernetti? And a backside feed, there's Brenneman.
Wow.
And heavens to Betsy. Zach Brenneman, the Honey Badger.
What a play there. Carlson carries the puck across the blue line. Over to Costa. Costa draws the defender towards him, Jeremy. Slides it over. Brenneman makes no mistake. 1-0 Pens.
He whines, he dines, he tickles the twine. Zach Brenneman finding the back of the net, and the Penguins get an early 1-0 lead. And he's back at it, the Honey Badger. That's my name for him. I don't care what anybody else thinks. Drives into the offensive zone as it knocks away. Brother Joey pressures the puck as back comes Philly Hockey Club. A 3-on-2 into the Penguins' end. Defended well by Track. In front, swiped away by the USS Rowan Bros. They're going to call it an onside play. Terrible call at the line. I'm literally on the blue line. But the referee was not, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I've had Pearsall driving the right-hand side. He'll go to the point for Track. Track down low. Pearsall on the half wall. He'll go deeper for Halliday. Back in front for a shot by Pearsall. I'd say they're new shoes, but they're not new anymore 1 game in.
Mm-hmm.
Any word from Braden on how that felt? New skates?
His
feeling good?
Dogs were barking, Jeremy.
Oh, were they?
Mm-hmm.
As we'll drive deep, Braden Pearsall goes back to Track at the point. Shot deflects. Bouncing in front. Shot comes in. And there is Jimmy again. We are 8 days from Christmas, but on this team, every day is a holiday.
Jimmy Halliday picking up right where he left off from this morning. He had the hat trick this morning, goes to the net, collects the rebound, and makes no mistake. Quick 2-goal lead here for the Penguins, and you'd have to think Coach Beach, who knows that for his team to have a chance here, they want to keep things close, grind out a low-scoring affair. Can't be thrilled about the two-goal lead for the Pens early.
Well, he's all by himself on the bench, just manning the bench alone, Coach Beach, for Philly Hockey Club.
We don't see a lot of that.
It'll be in deep in the corner for Golnack. They'll work it down the wall, all the way behind the net where Carlson gets control. Carlson wedges it up to Pelly. Pelly cuts to the middle, sends it to Chappie. Chappell to the outside for Golnack. Golnack deep for Carlson. In front for Golnack's one-timer that's blocked. Nice block shot there. Pressure from Golnack, and he's going to go off for what will probably be a trip.
Yep. And you're right, Jeremy. When you look at the PHC bench, you see only one coach. You know, it's more common to see 3, 4, 5 coaches in some cases. So Coach Beach clearly with the stranglehold, I think, on the coaching duties here. And
a dapperly dressed gentleman on top of it.
That's true. That is true.
I've been impressed with the outfit today. He's got the Jordans on, the coaching jacket opened up, collar flipped up.
Yep. He's ready.
He's got a good look as the PHC team will get back in this one on a power play. It's fed out to the blue line, and it'll get out the center. Lombardi sends it across. Carlson on the pressure, able to dislodge the puck. And Jack Carlson sends it deeper for Flume. Can the Penguins get some shorty action? Wow. That one's off the goaltender. And out come PHC with speed. Defending is Chappell and Pelly. A shot, a great deflection. Squish challenging at the side of the cage with a big save.
Nice play by Squish there to come out and challenge that shooter, Jeremy.
And now the Pens have a 2-on-1. It's Flume. It's Carlson. And it was almost the back of the cage. I thought that was my next call. I was ready for it. I was ready. Carlson will battle in deep. Flume goes for a line change. Carlson follows suit as PHC tries to get into the Penguin zone. About a 30 seconds remaining on the minute and a half infraction on Golnack. As Bolus weaves the whole way to the Philly zone and dumps it in behind the goal. Be gathered in by PHC. Off the skate of Pearsall, Brenneman stays in the war, but Philly Hockey Club gets control and drives into the Penguins' end for a shot. Glove hand side, snagging the puck is number 1 in net, the Squish tender.
Nice play there by Squish. And you see the PHC attack. They brought that puck in. Some talented offensive players here on this PHC team. Throwing the puck on net, but Squish equal to the task. Face-off
won by Philly Hockey Club. It's Beach at the blue line. Down to the half wall. Pressured by Brenneman. Brenneman. Bolus also there on the pressure. Power play over for Philly. Penguins get a player back. It's the form of brother Joey. Shot from the point through a screen block by the Pengs. Pearsall picks it up. It's a potential 3-on-2 as the Penguins gain the zone. Brenneman wide in front for Pearsall. Off the stick of the goaltender to the area behind the cage. Costa will get it in the corner and force it further. Brenneman pinned against the wall. Penguins lead 2-0 here early in this one. 9 minutes into the first period of the quarterfinals of the Midwinter Classic. Brought to you by our friends at Dick's Sporting Goods. Up to the point for Linden Track to keep it. The Penguins going left to right on your Jumbotron, in your theater room, on your iPhone, iPad, in the living room, wherever you are. The Penguins going left to right. Back comes Philly Hockey Club. As I know a couple of you cuddled up on the couch, blankets on, rocking and rolling. And I chirp the Philly people only because I love you. Grew up in the Lancaster area. As a big shot comes in and through a screen to the outside, Lombardi finds the back of the net.
Oh, no, the refs are going to wave it off.
No goal. No goal. Player in the crease. Goaltender interference, the call.
Coach Beach is not a happy camper on the PHC
And the face-off will come outside of the zone, so it stays 2-0 Penguins.
So they said goalie interference. The forward must have bumped into the squish tender. Is that right?
Squish was, I do notice, if you look at the replay, as you look, Squish was trying to come across, and he couldn't. Through the screen, and I honestly, with the player in that crease, it's technically the right call.
Mm-hmm.
So they came in wide, set it up. They'll go up high here. I'm watching the replay. Sorry, folks.
And you have Halliday, number 19 for the Pens. He goes to the box, and PHC is going to get a chance to get that goal back here, Jeremy, on the power play.
And if you look, it's 100% the correct call. 100% the correct call. On the back side, the player came in the backside and prevented Squish from going from his right to left. And so they'll get the power play here for Philly Hockey Club, and the Penguins will go to the penalty kill. So can Philly close the gap on the power play? They'll work it down to the half wall. Comes in front off the stick of Jones to the corner. Carlson challenges as they set it up at that point. Shot comes in, blocked. In front, there's the squish tender with 1, 2. Make it 3! Big stops by number 1.
What a play by Squish. Some great pressure from PHC there, but Squish finds that puck in the crease.
Here we go, 1!
And that game remains 2-0 Penn. What a play.
Great power play chance there for Philly. 58 seconds left with the man advantage. There's a key face-off win.
Ooh.
Face-off so big on the power play. Heavy and high off the glass goes Pelly, and Pearsall up on the forecheck. It'll be banked off the wall. Pelly will gather it center. He'll tip it over to Chappie, and Pearsall gains the zone shorthanded. Goes to the corner. Penguins will run some extra time off the clock with a corner battle in the Philly zone. So Philly Hockey Club out of Hollydale, New Jersey, about 9 miles, maybe 8 miles from my brother's house. So big fan. I'm a big, huge fan of the Chicky and Pete's there at the university, Rowan College. Or Rowan University. I'm not sure if it's a college or a university. Doesn't really matter. Big fan of the Chicky and Pete's there. So as all the Philly people tune in and I chirp your city, town, state, understand I do it with love. But I'm not going to stop. As I sent in front off the stick of the squish tender, cleared into the area behind the net. Gathered in by Bolus. Tossed off the wall, and I believe we're headed there. These will be their next Penguins games as well, as we head to Philly for New Year's. A New Year's Eve bash and an offside play at the line.
Just where you want to spend New Year's Eve, Jeremy, right? The city of brotherly love.
I hear there's a boat on the river that you can get tickets to. I'm looking into this.
Is this true?
Like right on the river, you can watch the fireworks over the city, ring in the new year. But the tough part for us is going to be we play at like 11 a.m.
I know.
So Squish will be in bed at 9, and I'm going to go party on a boat.
Yep.
Like a big, like it's like a battleship or something. Like the USS New Jersey. we have the USS Rowan
I was gonna
Bros.
say the
They've
same
got
thing.
the USS New Jersey. One of them's anchored in a river, and the other one's a stellar, phenomenal defenseman. As the puck gets sent in front of the Penguins net, it's swiped away by the Pens, but Philly right on the puck. I feel like Philly with a bit of a pushback here in the last 3 or 4 minutes or so.
Yep.
Dislodged, and Carlson will get to it.
Oh.
He is boarded from behind that. I mean,
Yep.
that could be it could be a major. It won't. It'll be a minor.
Carlson takes the hit there to make the play. And the Penguins are going to go to the Seven Fields Wealth Management power play, Jeremy.
Up a pair with 2:43 to play.
And you see the unit of Carlson, Brenneman, and Costa up front with Track and Bros on the back end.
Puck controlled at the top by Track. Over to Bros. Bros down to Carlson along the half wall. He protects the puck and goes to Bros for a one-time slapper. He looked like Jonesy on that. Stick to the rafters. As Costa sends it in front for Lee Evans to Betsy Linden. He's in front of me. Linden's on the ice. I guarantee you only one of them could convert that play, and it was the right one.
That's good.
Linden grabs the puck along the half wall. Tries to work it back in front, bouncing Biscuit out the center, defended by Bros. Frees it up for Carlson.
Watch number 34 on PHC in white here, Brunetti. Dangerous, dangerous player.
As Carlson tries to dart in. Tries to weave around. There's 34, Brunetti getting to the puck. It's taken away by Jones. Shot down low into the breadbasket and covered. And what a beauty of a dad.
Oh, yes. Well, you know what they say. You know, his last name is Brunetti, and his nickname is Always Ready Brunetti. So, at a moment's notice, he could be sprung into action, Jeremy. You just don't know.
Always ready.
Brunetti.
It'll be an offensive zone draw for Pearsall. Over to Flume, back to Pelly. Pelly with a little bit of space. He'll work it over to Pearsall. Pearsall's going to go back to Pelly, and he's going to drive right down Broadway with a heavy shot. Rebound picked up, sent back at the net, tracked and gloved out of the air. Awesome save there. Back for Jones now, Pelly. In front, bouncing puck sent wide of the cage. They got Chappie in that bumper position in front of the net, and he's just a massive humanity to try to see around. Penalty over, minute 11 left in the first period. As Pearsall digs the puck out and sends it further for Halliday. He's got one already. 4 on the day. Yes, 4. I count it 4 on the day. Getting it up high to Jones. Now Pearsall. Pearsall down low to Halliday. Halliday up to the point for Pelly. Pelly looking. He'll shoot down low. Heavy shot. Rebound. Kicks to the corner.
Good pressure here for the Pens.
They tilt the ice to the right. Philly Hockey Club in their white uniforms with the Liberty Bell logo. The battling Liberty Bells. As a shot comes in from Chappie.
Is that their moniker, the Battling Liberty Bells?
It is now.
Okay.
The Battling Liberty Bells, which is over the river from New Jersey in Philly.
Yep.
Which is close to where they play in Hollydale.
That's right. You're always innovating, Jeremy.
And the Penguins are in their black gin and juices here tonight.
Yep.
As they go in on an offside play. The Pittsburgh, my favorite jerseys. The Pittsburgh across the chest, right shoulder to left hip, black pants, gold stripes, black socks with gold and white stripes, and of course, the iconic gold Pens Elite helmets.
Jeremy, I remember interviewing Squish, the Squish tender, earlier in the year, asking him which color jersey he liked. And he said the black ones. I thought he would say the gold, but he said he prefers the black.
Now, I think Preston Clutter at the 10s prefers the gold only because he literally bought every bit of equipment in gold.
Okay.
So he looks like a coin.
Yeah, he looks like Marc-Andre Fleury, early 2000s.
As back come Philly Hockey Club into the Penguin zone for a shot that's blocked by Bolus. I bet you he has 37 blocked shots today.
He's eating shots.
We'll check with the truck, the Cine TV truck out in the parking lot, manned by Nick Paris, who I believe is here live for the game somewhere.
Yeah, the 2010s are playing next, I believe. Is that right? No, at 8 o'clock.
The 10s are on this surface in like an hour and a half. That's 1.5 rounds at Gino's.
Yep.
And I'm here all day. I arrived around 7:30, 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish this morning. Still here.
Yeah, good.
Making my rounds around the Harmerville area, but the
I see Coach Hannan over there really talking the boys up here at the intermission. And Jeremy, again, I'll say it for the millionth time, next goal is a big one. 2-0 Pens right now. PHC gets that next goal. They're right back into the game. If Penguins get the next goal, that could be it. So let's see what happens as the game goes on. But a lot of importance on that next tally.
And Philly thought they had one. They thought they had that.
Yes, that's right.
But the player in the crease, as Squish came across, and I'll give these referees credit. Like like watching it on the replay, it was a good call.
Yep.
Face-off won by the Penguins, back to Foster. Foster will send it up to Carlson, who darts down the right-hand side. Weaving around, centering one. It's off the goalie's twig. And back comes PHC. Here's that 34 you're talking about. Renetti with a shot, gloved by Squish and held.
Yeah, PHC, they seem to be peppering Squish with shots from all over. So I would say the shots are probably pretty even at this point. No official shot clock, but the Commodore shot clock is, I think, 9 shots apiece.
As Bros will rim it around. Philly Hockey Club picks it off. They work it in behind. It comes back to the point. Bouncing puck controlled by the Philly defense. Sent back in behind the net where the Penguins will battle. It's dislodged by Carlson for Flume. Flume hits Golnack, and he's using the crossovers all the way through. The linear crossovers, gains speed, carries it around wide. He'll go up top to Track. Track down low for Flume, and they'll play switcheroo. Up to the point, Golnack covering there, goes across to Bros. Bros' heavy shot tries to be deflected by Carlson. He just kind of stopped it, tried to wedge it back in on net. It's fought off by Philadelphia. They'll work it up the left wing side, out the center in front of the Penguin bench, where Track takes over. He's under pressure, so he wedges it forward. Billy will return it back to the line. Bros defends. Bernetti carries on. Weaving inside, outside, shot in. Squish gets a kick save and a beauty.
What a nice save there by Squish. Going from post to post, Bernetti brings the puck across the crease, Jeremy, to the backhand, throws it on net, and Squish tracks the puck perfectly and preserves that 2-0 Penguins lead.
We'll see Pearsall at the dot for a defensive zone draw. Won by Pearsall over towards Pelly, kept in by Philly Hockey Club. Chappie takes a bump. Want to thank the Chappell family for having the Squish tender. As Cameron played in between, Squish needed a bit of a break. Had the Squish tender and a number of other players over to their house. An excellent time that included a potential visit from the big man in red, Santa Claus.
It's usually me, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Here comes Brenneman.
And Brenneman streaming in, sends a shot, and there in the high slot is Pearsall, but a better save by Philly. Was that Cotta hot in net? Heavens to Betsy, what a stop. It'll be Pelly at the point over to Chappell. Sending it across for Pearsall. He gathers it in, tries to go deeper. Fans on the pass, bumped from behind, stays in the battle. Pearsall all the way behind the cage, fights off a check, and now another one. Gets bumped again, gets it to Brenneman. In front, forced in on net by Costa and covered by the Philly goalie. If that had gone in the back of the net, Braden Pearsall should have been lifted up on shoulders for fighting through about 11 checks to stay with the puck.
Well, he's making up for the wide open cage he missed earlier on the shift, Jeremy. So something to watch for on PHC number 8, Jeremy. This is a 2012 player playing up with the 2011 PHC team. Played for the 12 Mid-Fairfield group last year.
Okay.
A very talented player, number 8 in white.
As Jones fires one in, it's kicked to the outside. Gathering it is Carlson. Back to Foster at the point. Down for Carlson along the wall. Weaves to the inside. High short side shot fought off, and back comes Philly. An immediate pressure from Jones. He takes a club kind of the head.
Right to the head.
No call on the high stick. It's Halliday comes away with it. Mr. Christmas into the near side corner. Spins it into the middle for Jonesy. And Philly will send it back to that near side corner with 11:47 to play in the second. You would know it was the second if I would update the scoreboard. Penguins working it deep as it comes out in front. Rolling puck, popping free, gathered in by Philly. Back out the center for Bolus. Up for Halliday. Jimmy cuts to the middle, shoots one down low. Jones to the rebound off the deflected shot. Up the wall comes Philly Hockey Club. Pressured by a number of Penguins, including D'Angelo Flume, who comes away with it. To the outside. He'll peel up in front of the referee. Dancing with it. Over to Bros, who falls but is able to chomp it deep.
He made the play.
And that's what matters as it comes free to Flume. Flume back behind for Golnack. Back out for Pearsall. Pearsall up top for Trek. Trek with a heavy shot. Blocked out front, rolling puck in front of the cage. Flume will get to it and find Bros. Bros back to Flume. Flume with a missile. And Dr. Evil has lasers, but these Penguins have D'Angelo Flume.
We said that next goal would be a big one, Jeremy, and the Penguins get it with some extended zone time there. You see them working that puck back, low to high, comes back to the point. I think it was Rowan Bros who found D'Angelo Flume on that right circle, and he makes no mistake about it.
And the Penguins lead by a field goal here in the second period. Trying to get to a game tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning would be 7 a.m.
Don't say it.
Yes, maybe 7:15, something like that. 7 something I don't want to be at the rink at.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, anything before 9 sucks.
Yep.
But it'll be a, I think, 7:15 game for the semis. So you'll be able to, if the Penguins can remain on top here, you'll be it. Bros tries the wraparound ski.
Bros noted offensive zone threat.
As he tried to pull it all the way around. But yeah, the semis, if the Penguins can be victorious in these quarters, would be tomorrow.
And Jeremy, it's good to remind the viewers right now, this is a win or go home matchup. As we're in the corners, we lose this game, that's it for the Penguins for the weekend.
Yeah, it would be all over. The Penguins 2010 team playing later on today in what became a quarterfinal matchup. They'll play the Mid-Fairfield Junior Rangers at 8 o'clock tonight. And that becomes a quarterfinal matchup because the winner advances and the loser goes home. So a pseudo quarterfinal. It's not that on your schedule. It was a pre-scheduled game, but both teams with 4 points through 3 games. The winner moves on, likely to play the Philadelphia Junior Flyers.
That's right. And Jeremy, if you look at the stands here, I'm not sure whether we can get a panorama of the stands, but littered with Penguins fans here as the 09 team takes on the Buffalo Sabres next. So an absolute packed house here on a Saturday night.
Penguins control the face-off at center ice. We'll get you that shot, as you are correct. It is a capacity crowd. I see.
It really is.
I see Mrs. Edwards down. Here's a shot, comes in, blocked by the Penguins. Can they clear it out? They will to the line, no further. As I look down the line, a lot of 09 families in the house. A couple 2010 parents down there as the 10s play at 8 o'clock tonight. Also want to announce, almost or already potentially sold out are the raffle tickets. And I said sold out.
Wow.
George, you've been involved in the selling of those. They are basically out of them.
Wow.
You know, you can still get in jersey raffle for 7 more hours as a feed comes across for Brenneman and the Honey Badger. There to smack it by. And Zach Brenneman puts the Penguins up by 4. Just dab it in, Happy.
Zach Brenneman dropping a deuce on that goal there, Jeremy, for his second tally of the night. Goes to the net. He knows where to go to score the goals. And he goes there, picks up the puck on a pass from Pelly. And wait a minute. Is that goal waved off? Is that what's happened? I take it back.
I mean, it was clearly in the net.
Are they saying that maybe it was goaltender interference? We'll have to watch the replay here.
We'll go back to the replay because we have it. There will be a face-off in the Philly zone, so
3-goal lead here remains.
I have no idea what the possible call could be, George. Here's the replay.
All right, well, let's watch it.
A phantom wave-off.
Oh, that's... Watching it back on replay. I don't see it.
I see absolutely no reason.
No.
I mean, unless they didn't see the puck hit the back of the cage and said because it came off the back of the net and out, that it wasn't a goal. But, like, you can clearly see the puck go in off the back of the net. And I have no idea what they could have possibly called there.
That tickled the twine for sure. But you know what?
And you know what Jeff Hannan would love is if a parent ran across the ice and would ask him.
Yep. Yeah, I think so.
Big fan of that. As Danny Foster shoots one, and there's Beezy Fashizi. And Braden Pearsall's a duck-billed platypus. Bonk, 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 bonk. And the Penguins finally lead by 4.
A duck-billed platypus. Is that a new one, Jeremy? Have you been working on that?
Oh, I love that. It's from Biodome, buddy.
That's great.
One of the greatest theatrical performances of all time.
There you go.
Pauly Shore in Biodome. Look it up.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Well, here we are, 4-0 Pens. They get that goal right back.
That was specially I did that call for a Jack Carlson goal, and Drew told me he laughed for about 45 minutes when he heard. He was obviously live at the game and didn't know what happened.
Yep.
Like, did you hear what Jeremy said? He's like, no, I had no idea. He's like, I listened to it, and I'm still laughing. So I figured I'd pull that one back out of the archives there. It might be my new go-to, but I'll wear it out if I use it too much.
Yeah.
Bros is shot off the glove.
Oh!
Sent screaming through the crease by Jones.
Here we
Track
go, though.
will get there.
The boys are buzzing.
Yeah, it's the Penguins tilting the ice here.
You want to see some pushback if you're Philly right now. You want to see that that push, that pressure in the offensive zone if you're Philly. But the Penguins are hemming them in.
As Carlson. Now, Flume, I think that is. Was that Flume or no, that was Halliday. Halliday was looking for his, 37th of the day. Bros chops it out of the air and shoots it in on Squash, who gets a save. I don't know if it counts as a shot on goal or not, but he'll cover the puck anyway.
I think Squish has had a few saves on Bros this weekend, if I remember right.
He did.
Trying to keep his goaltender sharp.
They're buddies, though. They obviously all of them are buddies, but those two, being Squish, my son, they're on the same baseball team all summer.
Oh, nice.
They go to the same school. They're in the same classroom all day long.
Wow.
Aside from a couple subjects where they split things up, they're honestly together 60 hours a week, maybe more with the hockey and between hockey, maybe 80 hours. As the Penguins continue to work deep, so if he's got to stop Rowan a couple times, he'll take it. It's harder than you think to stop a Rowan Bros shot.
Oh, that's right.
Frankly. As Chappell turns with it at center ice, sends it to the blue line. Pressure from Carlson, frees it up for Golnack. Golnack gains the zone, but Carlson is step offside.
Just offside. Yep. What a play there. Golnack, active stick in the neutral zone, keeps his stick on the ice. You see some of these kids at this age, Jeremy, they still skate with their stick up in the air. But when your stick's on the ice, good things happen. You see Golnack pick off the pass there with that play.
It'll be a face-off for Carlson. Won by Philly Hockey Club. 6 minutes to play here in period number 2. It's all about kind of how you hold your stick sometimes. It matters. As Carlson comes out of the corner, up top for Pelly. Pelly's shot. Deflected in front, wedged in on net, stopped. It's behind the cage. Golnack continues to battle. Here's Pelly. Pelly to the outside for Flume. Flume to the middle looking for Chappell, streaking in. He finds Golnack, and he's not a player. He just crushes a lot. Owen Golnack
nice
makes
play.
it 5-0.
Great play there down low. Good puck possession for the Penguins. They throw it on net. The OG, he knows what to do with it. Puts it in on the backhand, and now it's a commanding 5-goal lead. And you'd have to think, if you're Coach Beach, do you think about calling a timeout? Do you think about a goaltender change? Just to kind of change things up a bit.
In this case, he opted for prayer hands. He raised the palms to the sky, looked above. So he's going with that route. No timeout. He does get one here in the playoffs. It'll be Pearsall into the middle for Golnack. It comes free. Pearsall's shot up off the goaltender's mask. Brenneman Gets control, wedges it to the outside. Bolus jumps in the play for a heavy shot
boy.
to the glove side, deflected by a high stick.
Close chance there. Bolus throws the puck on net. It was deflected. I think it was Costa who got his stick on it high in the air. And is that faceoff going to come out of the zone? I don't think so.
They're calling it a Philly Hockey Club high stick on the play.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be a Philly Hockey Club high stick touched by a Philly Hockey Club player, so an offensive zone draw for the Penguins on the far side. Special thanks to Bob Chappell running the camera, bringing you all of your amazing Cine TV views here today.
Hey, can we get Chappell to show the crowd here?
We will. We'll get him. He's going to pan down.
Okay.
Pan down to get the crowd here in a minute. At the next stoppage in play, possibly. As it's banked off the board for brother Joey. He sends it further for Brenneman. It's picked off by, I think that's Lombardi. Twisting and turning in the PHC zone. Last for Brunetti.
Brunetti's dangerous.
Puck works free. It'll be the Penguins' defense in the corner. Bouncing puck picked up by Philly Hockey Club. Firing a shot wide of the squish tender. Fought. The Bolus will battle in front. It'll be Brenneman coming out with it. Puck knocked out of the air by Philly and sent back into the pen zone on an offside play. Here we get the big crowd in attendance. As you can see us wedged up against the glass here. You get a peek into the oven. And I believe someone's starting the wave here. Oh, it's at the other end, so you can't see it. And we have some 2010s in holiday suits here in front of us as well. It's Cameron Evans. He knows somebody on this team. And Dylan Hartman. Dylan Hartman having a heck of a game against the Chicago Fury earlier today. Talk about Honey Badger. Game reminds me very much of the great Zach Brenneman. Familiar to all of you 2011 pairings. As a shot goes wide to the squish tender, it's picked up by Halliday. He streams up the left wing side. We got Todd Bolus joining us here, as well as Don Brenneman. Don, you can be proud of Zach having a heck of a day. If you're hearing our voice right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Hit subscribe if you're not sure how to do that. Log into your Gmail account if you aren't already logged in on YouTube. Jones drives in, fires a backhander just wide of the cage. Over to get it, Bros. Bros forces it deeper. Philly brings it back out. Defended by Pelly. Shot blocked by Cameron Pelly to Jones. Jones to Halliday. As those two power forwards connect again. A centering pass for Pelly. Weaving to the outside. Trying to pull it through the defender. It's tied up in the wickets, and the Penguins will get too many men on the ice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But there was a player jumping off. The player who jumped on played the puck.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Sending someone to the box here. I'm not sure.
But they got to go make the call. Like, the referee just skated away. He, yelled at the Penguins bench and then skated off to the blue line. He didn't even go over to the scorer's box to announce the call.
Okay, here we go.
So the Penguins will be on the penalty kill as it's fired all the way down. We're thinking it's Canadian rules here. As Chappell shoots it down, it'll be an icing.
Well, in fairness, Jeremy, we are on the Canada sheet here, the Canada ice surface at the Alpha Ice Complex, so maybe he was thinking Canada rules apply here.
Eh?
Just a thought.
Eh?
Right? He track agrees. He thinks maybe that's a plausible explanation.
By the way, he's here to agree he's not on the ice playing. That's Linden.
Well, that's true.
Even though I called him for a nice defensive play earlier. It'll be kept at the line. Worked inside. Backside. Pass. Couldn't connect. It connected. They just couldn't get the shot through. Up to the point. Philly Hockey Club with the man advantage. A minute left on it.
Great pressure by
Too many men call. These refs are on top of things. I'll be honest.
Oh boy.
It was a right call as a Philly Hockey Club player dances around the blue line, works it down low, pulls it in front, and goes up top to make it 5-1.
Number 98 for the PHC squad. Buries the puck on the power play. Looks like he went upper right there with the shot. Squish went down and blocked the initial shot. And now it's going to be 5-1 Penguins. Some signs of life here for PHC. And 1:55 remaining in the second.
So Philly Hockey Club closes the gap to 4. Bouncing puck at center, sent back into the Penguin zone. First goal given up by the squish tender of the midwinter here. As Carlson weaves in. Shot coming from Foster just wide.
That first shift after a goal, Jeremy, it's always so important for both teams.
Huge. As Brenneman shoots it in front. Can't connect with Costa. Carlson cuts it off at the blue line. Brenneman into battle. Bouncing puck controlled by 17 in black. He's able to get it to Carlson for a heavy shot blockered away. Bolus deep for Brenneman. In front for Costa. Carlson cuts in front, weaving, and he's covered in hell.
Jeremy, I think number 17 for the Penguins, Zach Brenneman, has been really a standout player all weekend. You know, each game, using that speed, using his edges, quick puck movement. He's really been phenomenal in each game that we've had, and you see that with 2 goals here today.
We do have a couple questions about if there's a gang in town. There's not. That's just the moms wearing their gold-colored helmets.
Mm-hmm.
The mom helmet, the beanie, the toque, as they say. Foster twists with it. Great play, Danny Foster at the line. That's a terrible call. I'm on the line, and he was onside.
What a play by Foster there. Under duress, curls back, makes a composed play in the neutral zone, and finds the Penguins forward. But the refs say offsides. I disagree.
It was one of those plays where the player was in the zone but clearly still had a skate outside of the zone, so he looked ahead of the play, and they made the easy call of, oh, he's ahead, without looking at the fact that he was still onside.
Right.
40 seconds remaining here in the second. Played up to the outside track. Plays it into the middle. Philly Hockey Club will counterattack. Track battling, able to get control. Working it up off the stick of Pearsall to the Philly line. Pearsall will battle there. Supported by Jones and Halliday. A mass of humanity fighting for the puck.
Right in your living room, right up close.
It'll pop free for Philly.
Oh, what a stick lift.
Jonesy takes the puck away, banks it off the boards in front of the Philly bench.
He almost did it again.
And he does. He frees it up at least to be sent back up. That horn will tell you it's the end of the second period.
Jeremy, you're going to see Coach Hannan now gather the boys together. Second intermission. Coach Hannan flanked by assistants Joe Pelly and Jimmy Halliday with a 5-1 lead. What do you think the message is from Coach Hannan here?
I think it's, gentlemen, more of the same. Get on the forward check, be maybe a little bit, maybe you talk about responsibility. Maybe you talk about that F3 position. You want to be high in that offensive zone with at least one forward. You talk about the defense activating when necessary, but being sure to be cognizant of getting back. You don't want to get away from your game, which their game is puck pressure, taking away time and space and making things difficult for the other team. You also want to remain responsible because the only way this team gets back in the game is if you make a bunch of errors.
It sounds like you've coached a few games in your past. Is that true?
I was mostly a motivational speaker while on the bench.
Okay.
That was my role.
I like that.
But yes, I have coached. It was a fun time when they were young enough for me to still be better than they are, but that time passed me about 3 years ago.
That's right. That's right. I know that feeling.
I'm not an MVP of the Lemieux camp.
Well, few are.
And you are.
Well, that's true. How do you think I got this cushy gig?
The high-paying job on Cine TV. Mm-hmm. As Flume works it deep, trying for Golnack, crashing down the boards comes Track. Into the corner possessed by PHC. They'll go right wing breakout that's turned back the other direction. I rocking the heated vest here today, George. Getting a little warm. I'm going to turn that off as I have another game in the Canadian ice here. Oh, heavens. That one plucked off of a stick and fired by the blocker side of Squish to make it 5-2.
Yeah, that play kind of developed quickly there. There was a breakdown in the neutral zone, and number 19, Boucher, a dangerous player for PHC, corralled the puck and just threw it on net, and it almost looked like he might have caught the Penguins off guard there. And if you're PHC, that's the start that you wanted here. Start the third period, 45 seconds in, they get on the scoreboard. Now it's 5-2 Penguins.
Penguins will possess in their own end. There will be zero panic in the club here, I'm sure, as Philly Hockey Club controls at the red line. I mean, it's super important shift after a goal.
Yep.
So far, it's been in the neutral zone as the Penguins carry it further into the Philly end. Stopped at the line and sent towards the cage by Chappell. He'll stop it a second time with a heavy shot.
Oh.
And I thought that might have snuck through.
Me too.
Not.
Me too. Yeah, you're right. That shift after a goal, especially, in an elimination game, PHC is going to be emptying the tank. They want to give everything they have here. And with 13:39 to go in the third, they're going to go back to work.
Offensive zone draw for the Penguins. Fake shot by Pelly. He'll drive down the board, centering one. Just missing Costa. And Chappell reading it well to force it further into the Philly zone. Will stay in the battle for Brenneman. Brenneman twists in the corner. Worked up the wall, taken by Pearsall. Back in front for Brenneman. He pulls it around. How did that not go in the net?
I don't know. It's a good
I
question.
thought that was in. And now we get a whistle.
Brenneman dancing in the slot there. Wow. But that could be a pivotal play here. 5-2. That game would have made it 6-2. And if you're PHC, that's a big play. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I think what they're saying is that the Penguins shot the puck out of play, and that's why the faceoff comes out of the zone.
Perhaps. It'll be a faceoff outside of the Philly end. Pressured by Jones, up for Foster. Foster D to Bolus. His pass blocked, but it still trickles through the neutral zone for Jones to pressure. Jones to Carlson. Carlson to Hal. I thought it was give and go. I was all excited. You could tell in my voice inflection.
Yep.
I was ready for it as Carlson tripped in the corner. I'll work it further for Halliday. Off the stick of the goaltender. Knocked out of the air by Carlson. Wedged back to the point for Bolus. Down low. Philly Hockey Club will get control and send it out to center. There's Foster with an indirect pass for Jones. Good bank pass there. In front for Halliday.
Jones has really been a factor on both sides of the puck today, Jeremy. Back checking, forechecking.
Foster knocks it out of the air, but Philly gets control. Putting it back in front. Blocker to the outside by the squish tender. As it sits on the back of the cage, it's dislodged and cleared up the wall, but not out by Carlson. Pressured by Jones, bouncing puck for Halliday. It'll come off a PHC forward, right back to Halliday, who finds Carlson. He'll shoot one in off the pad to the corner. Jones forces it deeper. Halliday gets control behind as the Penguins change.
Great play by Halliday. Buying time for his line mates.
And new line mates.
New line mates.
The Penguins got 2 of the 3 forwards off as they continue to work in the offensive zone. Getting their first Pearsall, working it further for the OG. Pearsall off the wall, cutting to the middle, bouncing puck. Knocked free by Flume, controlled by Pearsall over to Flume. His shot wide of the net, picked up by Golnack. Back to the point for Track. Track down low for Golnack. Into the corner, centering feed swipe towards the cage. Blocked by Philly, and back they come. The battling Liberty Bells get it out the center, but no further. In for Golnack. Twisting is Flume. Golnack. Are they giving and going? He tries to give it to the Golnack or to Flume, cutting towards the net. It's deflected by a defender. Now they'll work it down low for Flume.
Good zone time here for the Penguins.
All the way to Burrows, who spins it to the corner. Philly gets it, reverses behind the net. Penguins take it away. Will battle behind the cage. Flume disrupting. Now Pearsall. Pearsall from behind the net. He'll switch with Pelly. Pelly with speed, carrying it around behind. Penguins looking for another line change. We saw this in the last game. And I think it resulted in a power play for the Penguins, if I remember correctly, because Brenneman's on.
This is the third line that we've seen on the ice during this shift, Jeremy.
Back to the point for Pelly. Pelly under pressure, forces it further. Flume swipes it away from a Philly player, gets it to the corner for Brenneman. Brenneman deep for Pearsall. Pearsall in the corner. As the Penguins force Philly to continue to defend here, we're inside of 10 minutes to play third period action. I'll update the scoreboard, Mr. Bros. As a bouncing puck comes out the center, knocking a Philly player down. What's the call?
Offsides. Yeah. Okay. So, Jeremy, something that's of note here for our viewers at home, the Canada Ice Sheet at Alpha Ice Complex, until about 2 years ago, was a roller sheet, if we can call it that, for about 20 years. It started many years ago as an ice sheet, was converted to roller, and then 2 years ago, because of the budding interest of hockey in Pittsburgh, converted back to ice.
As a shot in on the squish tender, kick to the corner. You'll also see when we go to the other end, where the Philly Hockey Club defends in the third, there is a Shane Clifford logo up on the wall. They have a goalie academy that's also at places like the Barrel Ice Complex, a special little pad for goalies to train. Squish, one of the goalies who trains under the Shane Clifford School. So he works not only with Mike Chase on at the Penguins, but also Kyle Dirks with the Shane Clifford group.
There we go.
Coach Kyle comes to a bunch of Squish's game and watches almost every single one of them here on Cine TV. And he's created a big Sioux City USHL fan, the Musketeers, defending USHL champs in the squish tender. Big Sioux City fan. As the Penguins work it out, it's a 2-on-1. Here's Carlson in, shot backside, just missed the cage.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was if the pass off the pad there, Jeremy. Low and away.
As Bolus gets control, he tries for Foster. It comes off the skate of Jones. Foster will ultimately get to it and crank it into the Philly end. 8.5 to go. Philly's got to create some offense here.
Yep.
It's been in their end for the better part of this last 5 minutes or so, as a backhander by Jones is stopped.
That's right.
Philly's had some counterattack opportunities, but
and that's what makes it tough if you're the goaltender here. If you're the squish tender, you know, the play really possessed down in the PHC zone, and when they get those chances, it's hard, right? You got to be sharp.
I got the score all jacked up. I had it at 6-1. It's actually 5-2. A couple more pucks have gone in the back of the net. Some of them waved off. One we know why. The other one I have no clue. As Pearsall drives in, wraps it around, and he finds the back of the cage. Braden Pearsall with a wraparound.
As quickly as you take goal number 6 off the scoreboard, the Penguins put it back up. It was Pearsall down low, takes the puck behind the net, and beats the goaltender to the far post. And the Penguins now up by 4, 6-2.
And he'll have fries on his sandwich, because that's a Pittsburgh goal, folks. Braden Pearsall with the wraparound tally. Wraparound, so close to Christmas. Hopefully he gets his parents something nice for the holidays. Maybe a Pure Hockey gift card. As it's sent in for Golnack. Uh-oh, I got messages all over.
Is that Mrs. Evans texting you, Jeremy?
It is.
The one and only. And here comes Brunetti into the Penguin zone, but it's Linden Track. Breaks up the play, and now it goes up to Golnack. Golnack feathers it through to Carlson. Carlson skates up.
And the bodies hit the floor.
That's right.
Texting my mom back. She was asking me questions. I'm like, could you ask them of Jen? Because I am currently live on YouTube. So we're just under 7 minutes here. And we have, an offside play perhaps?
That's right. Now, Jeremy, as you broadcast live on YouTube, do you find it's different than when you're broadcasting live on your OnlyFans channel?
It is, because I'm not eating hot dogs on YouTube.
Okay.
My OnlyFans channel is just me eating hot dogs. That's it.
You give the people what they want.
350 million subscribers.
That's right.
Sometimes I get requests for relish. I deliver. It is what it is. The Chicago dog, the #1 requested hot dog.
Oh, boy.
As a shot from up high through a screen, kicked away, sent behind the net. Gathered in by Philly. Here's that pushback we talked about. Battled for with Costa.
Nice play
Puck
by Costa.
comes free, and here comes Pearsall. He's got Brenneman. Brenneman's going to drive hard. Pearsall through, backdoor for Brenneman, and just can't connect.
Brenneman looking for the HT there, Jeremy.
I'm saying that I could have potentially going a different direction on Braden's wraparound. We'll stick with my call. As here comes Pelly through the neutral zone.
Was that Bolus?
Mr. Bloom catching he might be the biggest Cine TV fan. As Pelly controls down the wall. Back in front. Shot from Halliday. Kicked aside by PHC. It'll be Chapel at center. 5.5 to go here in the third period of the quarterfinals of the Midwinter Classic. Carlson to Pelly. Pelly up top to Halliday. Cutting to the middle. Knocked to the ice. No call as Carlson follows on with the puck. He's tripped. And apparently the referees realize they're paid by the game, not the hour. And we worked up the half wall. Off Jones. I think the puck might be on the dasher board as they battle. Kind of shoulder checking each other. Trying to send it up through center. Chapel will stop it, and Carlson darts into the offensive zone. Penguins leading by 4, 6-2. As it's wedged back out the center, Chapel will win that race and protect the puck with the body.
What a great play by Chapel there. Angled that player to perfection.
It was poetic.
It was.
Like an Edgar Allan Poe poem.
An Edgar Allan poem?
An Edgar Allan poem. The cask of Pin You Against the Wall.
Oh, there it is!
The reach to the sky. You love it.
You know I wanted it.
You love it. Pulling a star from the sky was Lucas Jones on the clapper. Foster wedges it up and an offside call.
I wanted it, Jeremy. The crowd wanted it. And Lucas Jones gives the folks what they're looking for. Unfortunately, it was knocked aside there by the PHC defender.
It'll be a neutral zone face-off for Pearsall. 4:15 to go, third period. Pearsall darts in, cutting to the middle. Feeding it across, bouncing puck in on net. It'll be covered.
4:07 to go in the game, 6-2 Penguins. And I would put the shots at about 34-13 right now. What do you think about that?
It's probably pretty accurate. I thought they were pretty even through period 1.
They were 9-9, according to my shot clock after 1.
And I would say, I would say that's pretty accurate. I like the shot clock there as Philly gets control, weaving it into the middle, trying to pull it to the backhand. Pressured by Golnack, puck dislodged, bouncing puck out the center, forced back in on what'll be an offside play.
Looked like a stray bullet might have caught Tyler Bowles there as he goes down with the sniper rifle. No doubt his father, Todd, following along at home.
Todd, he's in Detroit.
Yeah, oh, that's right, he's in Detroit. He should be very happy wherever he is. Son Tyler playing very, very well today.
And a Knights update would be nice. We'll check the chat there. How are the Knights doing as they're in Detroit battling away in a tournament there? Big fan of the Knights. Like the Godfather. The original Knight, the OG. Here's Flume out the center. Battling for it is Golnack.
Oh, nice save there by Squish.
Able to snag it with the mitten.
Jeremy, Todd Bowles with two players, AAA players here, Brody and Tyler. You have to think that Jody's athletic genes have something to do with that, right?
And he also hates money, like me.
Yeah.
Anytime you have 2 kids you allow to play hockey, you are immune to actually having money because you give it all to hockey arenas. It'll be Costa weaving to the middle. Shooting one. Nope. Todd, there's not 4 minutes left and 20 seconds. I believe it is 2:46 left on the clock as it's wound in behind. He was looking for a score update. He thought maybe there was a little bit more than 4 minutes left. We're actually winding inside the 3-minute mark. Chappell making the play at center as the Penguins dump it back into the Philly end. I feel like the Penguins have kind of like been content to just keep it 200 feet away from their net.
Yep, they really have.
Still making plays, still coming up with chances, but being very, and I'm guessing that was the conversation at the intermission. We talked about it. Like, you don't want to play safe, but you also don't want to, as Pelly's going to take a penalty here. And now they're both going to go.
Oh, you hate to see that if you're the PHC coach. You had the power play. Now it's going to be 5-on-5 hockey. And with 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go, the Penguins and PHC will play 5-on-5. As you'd have to think PHC staring down the barrel of a 5-hour drive east, they're going to give them everything they have here in the final shifts.
5-hour drive with Dad in the car. You're gonna go 2 minutes of fury here.
Mm-hmm.
As the puck trickles out in front, swipe that kept out, and the whistle blows as it's under something. Or actually, it's not under anything. It's kind of sitting there. But we'll get a whistle nonetheless.
Nice effort here by the Penguins. Up by 4 goals with under 2 minutes. They don't stop, Jeremy. They just keep pouring on the pressure.
One of my favorite parts of this Midwinter Classic is the holidays, being around here. You see a lot of family members around.
Yep.
You see a lot of cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. We've had a lot of people thanking us for what we do. We want to thank you for what you do, and that is subscribe. That is go to citytv.com. That is follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We appreciate it all. So it's happy to see a lot of you in person who generally join us here live. But we appreciate you as much as you appreciate us.
No one appreciates you more than I do.
That may be true, actually.
I know Jen doesn't.
It's like, it's one of those, most people love-hate relationship with me.
1:20 to go here, Jeremy.
1:20 to go, third period action, Penguins by 4.
You still have one more broadcast, right?
I do. Well, hopefully I have 5 more broadcasts.
Well, today. One more
today.
That's right.
The Tens will take on Mid-Fairfield in what has become a quarterfinal matchup. 8 o'clock, because that's what I needed, was to get out of here at 10.
Yep.
Squish will be headed home to rest because he will hopefully have a pair of games tomorrow. Carlson's boarded from behind. Get that kid off the ice. And the Penguins score. So put the puck in the back of the net. The Penguins will just run it up. It's D'Angelo Valentino with a goal.
Goodness gracious. Dangerous play there, Jeremy, in the neutral zone. And that's kind of what I was saying earlier. You know, how is PHC going to go out here? You hate to see those types of dangerous plays. Hope Jack's all right.
Seems to be okay on the bench as Philly Hockey Club comes back in, trailing by 5 now. They'll shoot it wide of the cage. But take a look at that Flume goal. I missed it.
It was beautiful. It really was.
I was watching Carlson, a feed from Golnack that he just tapped in. I'd love to see the Penguins slap another one on here.
Yeah, the Penguins are they're going to try here with 23 seconds to go. Not content.
So's Philly as they come in a 2-on-1 developing. Shooting, firing, and Squish with the glove. Show it to him. Show it to him. If you want to board my center, I'll just do that.
What a save by Squish. And Jeremy, you see number 90, Carlson, back on the ice for PHC. You love to see that. No worse for wear there with the hit there in the neutral zone.
Played out to the point by Philly, gathered in by Jones. Jones up for Halliday. Rolling puck comes through to the Philly zone as time ticks away here at Alpha. And a clear by Philly. Squish will keep it out. And the Penguins headed to the semifinals tomorrow morning, bright and early from Robert Morris University. It'll be, we don't know who we play.
We don't know.
But we will head to the Commodore for the Commodore's 3 stars of the game.
Jeremy, your third star of the game. Number 1 in your program, the squish tender, was there when we needed him, made some big saves. You see him flashing the leather on that last play, going post to post on others. Just rock solid in the net. Number 2 star, Pittsburgh Penguins number 10, Rowan Burrows, a factor on both sides of the puck, making plays left and right. And you see him active on the score sheet tonight as he made several beautiful passes to set up Penguin goals. That's number 2. And number 1 star for the Penguins, number 17, Zach Brenneman.
The Honey Badger.
Who had 2 goals. But it's not just the goals, Jeremy. It was the offensive zone pressure. It was the defensive pressure, the back checking. Just an all-around dominant game. Great game by Zach Brennan, and really for all the Penguins. They all played well today.
So we're through with the handshake line, and we will be back at it early tomorrow morning for the 11s. We're going to stay right here in the 8 o'clock hour for the 2010s. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for subscribing. Don't forget the jersey raffle. It's out there. You can find it